going on, world? Today we're interviewing Tyreal Lewis, music industry veteran, serial entrepreneur, and just an overall good brother. Somebody you can learn a lot from. So today we're gonna go tour his office and let him give you all the game that he's willing to give y'all. Appreciate y'all for locking in.
Well, before I actually got started in the music business, I ran a marketing company. My marketing company was part of the transformation of the United States Army New Brand Initiative. They used to be, their slogan was, "Be all you could be."
Right.
But my company was part of the transition along with Images USA, Leo Burnett out of California, out of Chicago, from Be All You Could Be to an Army of One. So we ended up doing taking it to the streets tour, and then that's kind of where I started making my mark in the music scene. Coming from New York, I always obviously had a love for music. I wanted to rap myself. I was actually signing with Guru, God bless the dead, from Gangstar to his Ill Kids label. But around that time, I started really not wanting to be a rapper as much, you know. So then I started my promotions company called Real Street Promotions, and I can't. It's so long ago. Maybe one of my first projects was like KRS-One, something like that. But then once I really started making a name for myself is when I started lighting up the Southern artists. So from Young Jeezy, Ludacris, T.I. Nobody knew any of these people at the time. Nobody knew Rihanna, nobody knew Kanye West, nobody knew John Legend, Pretty Ricky. I was managing Vivian Green, Gangsta Boo, Emil from Rockefeller. So, you know, all of that was able to, you know, really give me a mark in this game. And then, and I also manage almost every DJ in Atlanta. So, you know, that's pretty much like how my humble beginnings started. But then from there, I took it to another level and just started becoming a full-fledged entrepreneur.
For somebody who is doing music right now, but maybe being a rapper may not be for them, what would you tell them as far as other avenues they may want to look into?
I think that's one of the best things about the music business. There's so many different jobs, and you can even create your own job, you know? So if you're the guy who do custom sneakers, then now you just might be customizing for your homeboy that rap. You know, so
like Exclusive Game.
Like Exclusive Game does. That's a good friend of mine, T. You know, I watch him from the start. He started out with just custom jackets. Next thing you know, he was always doing custom jackets, but he did some jerseys for me for my DJ crew. And then next thing you know, he just kept stepping it up. Now the boy is unstoppable.
Level.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Entrepreneurship. The downside is you got a lot of street dudes that's in the business, right? So you can't, so disagreements don't always go like in corporate America. So you're not going to get a pink slip. You're not going to get noticed. You might get slapped. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of them. And then you're dealing with so many different personalities. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people, aren't rational. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have a concept for time. So, you know, corporate America being late is a big deal. Music business, somebody tell you 3 o'clock, you know they're going to pull up at 4.
Right.
You know, so it's some of those little differences of people kind of just being from the street, and they kind of rebellious and live by their own rules.
Right.
So, but I think as people elevate in the game, then, you know, people start having a different respect for people's time. I started a finance company called Power Traders Financial Group. What we do is we teach financial literacy, health insurance, life insurance. We don't do like I wouldn't say for like super big dogs, you know, but for small people just trying to get their feet wet.
Average everyday person. Gotcha.
We can help you with setting up some investments, real estate, you name it. You know, we working our way to hedge fund status. That's the goal.
Understood.
That's the goal.
And so I've been seeing you do a lot of work with kids with your company, My Biz Fit. So please tell us a little bit more about that.
That is my main focus. I started a nonprofit called BizFit. Actually, what I ended up doing as well, the services that I had in Power Traders, we're taking all of that and adding it to BizFit. So that way we could provide this information for people without a hefty price tag, you know? So basically what we do at BizFit, we teach people entrepreneurship. We decided to just start with the kids because they need it the most. So what we do is we teach them the basics of entrepreneurship, and then at the end of our program, we actually open a business for them. So we open a real business for them based off of their passion. So when I go into the schools, I get to the bottom of what's in these kids' hearts. What do they want to do? What do you want to do with your life? And then I show them how to turn it in, basically turn your passion into profit. Is how I put it.
That's
turn your passion into profit.
So how old do you have to be a part of the program?
We had it at 13. I'm sorry, we had it at 9. If my daughter's 9.
Okay.
But it just depends on I think the kid itself.
Okay.
A lot of these inner city schools, and the reason why I don't want to sound like I don't know what it is, but I just left for school, so this is a topic on my head. A lot of these inner city schools, man, these kids are like 13, 14. My daughter's 9. I do the program with my daughter. I thought it was too easy. So I go into school, those kids barely know how to read and write.
Right.
So I thought 9 was gonna be great. But now that I'm seeing in some of these inner city schools, it's like we may not even want to go any lower than that if these kids ain't get it.
The base level is different.
The base level is different. So that's why I was like iffy. But overall, it really doesn't matter, man. If the kid is focused, the kid wants to learn, we'll take him and make something happen.
Okay, so how can parents reach out to you who may be interested?
The best way is always through social media, you know. So that way, a lot of times, what people don't know how to utilize social media for is this. You send me an email, I don't know who you are, it might get slow hitting back because there's a bunch of people that's constantly emailing people. But you hit them up on social media, they could go look at your page, they could see what kind of vibe you got and say, oh no, okay, this person look like they're about their business, let me make sure I hit them back. So they can hit me at Tyreal Lewis, that's Tyreal Lewis on Instagram.
I want to ask one last question. I want you to leave us with some game. So let's say I'm a 18-year-old young man or woman coming up, and I don't know if I want to do college or what's the best advice you could give them to get a head start right now?
Best thing that they can do is read, man. Self-education is the best thing I could advise them to do.
Yeah.
Read up on your subjects. Read up on what you're interested in and learn it, and then study other people. Another thing that's missing is internships. Everybody's a boss.
Yeah.
But trust me, learn how to make some mistakes when somebody else is down. You know what I mean? So I think if they could get some internships with some good people in companies, don't chase the dollar, chase your passion. The dollar is going to find you. You know what I'm saying? And educate yourself as much on whatever you're trying to learn as possible. Do that, the rest of the steps are just coming in. What's going on, everybody? This is Tyreal Lewis, CEO of BizFit. Don't forget, turn your passion into profit, and don't kill your dreams, execute them.